Good day all of you, and welcome to today's presentation on how to enhance your KORG Pa5X or any other arranger workstation using the KETRON EVM, which is one of the world's best small portable arranger workstations in a box, the event in a box, the EVM. So in today's demonstration, what I'm trying to show you, what I was doing before, is how you can use your KETRON EVM with your existing arranger. And thanks to Frank at AudioWorks, we do have before us today the KORG Pa5X, which is one of the most popular workstations sold out there in the market today. So how do you use this in collaboration with your KETRON, or how do you enhance your existing arranger workstation with the KETRON? Well, most of you already know that the KETRON is known for its styles and the strength in its styles, and not just regular styles or backing tracks, but in this case you have live drums, live guitars, live bass, live animals, live choirs, live everything that can be controlled with the arranger section. And these are features not found in any other arranger today. So what do? You simply get the EVM, connect that to your KORG, and of course the good thing about this is I can place this anywhere. So right now I have it in the back here, okay, and I have this being controlled by this little iPad, right? So this is what is controlling this, and as you can see, it is a wireless connection, all right, which means that I can place it anywhere. I could choose to actually put this over here for an example, and again, you know, be able to access that with my left hand as an arranger player. So if I change the screen here real quick so I can give you a different view of what it looks like, there you go, okay? And again, this is just, you know, that camera focus on that, and you can see the screens, all right, of your KORG and of your EVM. So really, what I'm doing is I actually have two arrangers, and in this case, because of the way the KORG is built, I can simply just put this over here, adjust my screen, so that way I do have control over both devices at the same time, okay? And I can, of course, control that coming from this way. So what am I doing here? Pretty much I have a style here. If I go to the KORG, you look at the screen there real quick, it's a nice style that I call shape pop, okay? And I'm trying to use certain elements of that style, not the whole entire style, but just certain elements of that style together with the new soca rhythm which is found in the EVM. So I'm going to do something real quick so you can understand what instrument is playing what, okay? So on the KORG, again, on the EVM, I have a volume control knob there, right? So if I turn this all the way down to 0, all right, whatever you hear right now is coming from the KORG. So on the KORG section, what I've done is I've gone over here, all right, let me go to the top panel so you can see what I'm talking about. Actually, with the screen it's better. Okay, so on the KORG, what I have done is I have gone through the style and I have muted parts of the style. So for an example, the bass is muted, the drum is muted, and the percussion, because I want those to come from the EVM. So when I play the style over here, this is the KORG, okay? So variation A. Now most of you know this particular style, okay? So if I actually play that particular song, you know, it'll be like, okay, so those are the parts coming from the KORG. Now, just to give you an idea of what the style is, if I unmute these parts, okay. So what I did was I went in here and I took those parts out, okay. Now, on the KETRON side, what's coming out of the KETRON? To hear what's on the KETRON, I am going to overall bring down the KORG volume to 0, all right. So now, on the KETRON, I have the voice 1 and voice 2 on 0 as well. I'm going to bring the volume back up here, all right, just so you can see. I want to show you exactly what instrument is playing what. So that's coming from the KETRON, all right. So the moment I hit the start stop over here, okay, if I touch the start there, this is now coming from the KETRON, because as you notice, the volume on the KORG was on 0, right? Now, when I bring that volume up to where I want it to be, that's my KORG, okay? And because they're synchronized, I can now turn on the key start on the KETRON and start the KETRON. And just so you know, we are indeed using the Pro Pack 4 styles, okay, which are found on our website, www.ketronamerika.com, all right? So now, styles which are not found in the KETRON normally, not found in the KORG normally, you can now use those styles in conjunction with your keyboard. And of course, now the question becomes, AJ, how do you synchronize those two? Because that always has been the challenge. I did that on the Yamaha Genos 2 at some point, and also on the Montage, but the KORG is a deeper beast of an instrument. And so there's a couple of steps on how to do that. So in the next video, I'm going to show you exactly how you synchronize these two. The whole idea is to be able to adjust the tempo here and have it change there, to be able to trigger to start the machine here and have it trigger the start on the EVM as well too. And also to be able to have local control, be able to use your pads in conjunction with the style. So that's coming up in the next video.